All right, so I mean, she's doing the painting, but you know, well, really, I wanted to move down anyway because it's hot as hell. The sun coming, but all right, back to what I was talking about. It's not hate on her, you know, for that. It's because she's the one spreading these lies, and we know it's part of the agenda, and that's not conspiracy. You know, George Soros, the other German dude, Klaus Schwab, the Davos, the Green New Deal, everybody, you know, the no meat, yeah, that's another thing. The cows, the emissions from the cows is killing the environment and stuff like that. You know, all that, and it's not causing climate change. Like I said, how was there an ice age tens of thousands of years ago, even before regular human beings existed? It was an ice age. Remember in school you learned about the woolly mammoth and the saber-toothed tigers that got froze? So how did the earth thaw out? It froze and thaw out, and there wasn't no human beings, period, much less. So this is, earth naturally has changes. You know, I'm doing my hands like this because, you know, it like might be the axis. It, you know, tilts a little bit further towards the sun or further away from the sun. Maybe just 1 degree might be the difference that make the ice age. I don't know. I'm not studying. I'm not a climatologist. I don't care. Well, obviously you're not, you know, blah, 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 blah. But it's not, like they said, the real scientists that told the truth is like the factories, all that is insequential. That's not climate change. It's the earth naturally changes. It's that they want you to forget common sense. Forget what you learned as a kid at 4th grade when you was learning about the Iceman and woolly mammoths and, you know, cavemen, whatever, you know, when everything froze. But it's like, how did that happen? So this is part, but they every time they get clowned. So they clowned the girl. So this week she had Mariah Carey. I'm getting to the point of the video. And now I'm gonna play the start of the video right quick. And I don't like what they said, but I'll let it play.
Give us diva moments sometimes, man.
Let's get into the fun bit now and have a look at the latest effort from the woman who, if Diana hadn't have died then, would have been her daughter-in-law, Meghan Markle. We've been looking at her podcast lately and some of her idiotic comments. She's done another podcast. We previewed it last week. She said her next guest was going to be Mariah Carey. Well, have a listen to these two divas.
That's the diva thing we can play into. I mean, it's not something that I connect to, but if for you, it's been a huge part of your...
Give us diva moments sometimes, Megan.
What kind of diva moments do I give?
Now see, listen to Mariah. You know, she sounds like, well, you gotta remember, she's from New York. See, like, but she ain't gonna talk like a nigga for real, or maybe like if she wasn't being recorded. But I really, you know what she said, bitch, stop lying. You know, excuse me, but she, that was she's thinking, that was she saying, you know, and see, it got to the point. That's another thing. Another video. Oh, I gotta do another video. I got about 5 videos I gotta do today. The way they changed the language, they took diva used to be, most of us really didn't care, but Mariah Carey is literally, they took diva and turned it into something bad. You know, it's like a chick in one of those movies, and she has a little assistant female, and you know, she throws stuff at her, and I told you to have my shoes sitting here waiting, you know, or my dress, go get my clothes, and you know, but the assistant's making like $100,000 a year to basically go get her clothes and food and this and that. It's like, but the point is, she's supposed to be that's what diva is supposed to mean, a horrible person. But diva, Mariah Carey, once she raised, you know, as far as coming up in the music industry, by real divas, you know, the older ones, the divas R&B, you know, Patti LaBelle and Aretha Franklin and shit like that. So it's like, she's not some diva like Meghan Markle. That's why Mariah's like, nah, you know, she's like the new definition. That's what Mariah, I think. You know, you do diva stuff. That's what she's saying. You know, It's like Mariah actually been in the business, I know, since I was a kid or a teenager. You know, Moses probably had a crush on, 14 or something. But when her first music, along with Whitney, but Whitney was skinny. But all them, it's like she actually has a career with actual talent, and it was at the top when she was young. Got awards, all types of this, and music and Grammys or whatever, and sold, and she wasn't one of the ones that had to sell out to get a Grammy, and she didn't have to make pop music. She made pop music, but so this is like that. It is like, why did they even? Basically it sound. You see what she's doing, like they said. Her first one, she had Serena, another woman with a real talent, and at top of her game. But they're on her podcast. So that's what we're all talking about, the conspiracy, like what's going on, that they felt in the need they had to. But I think her and Serena were friends or something. I don't know. Maybe before, who knows? They little circle they run in LA. But they said Serena kind of backed down and let her berate her. The Megan girl kind of downplay. And to me, that's part of the whole communist thing that they're trying to brainwash the youth to be your best. Like, and it's like most of us, they don't understand. We aren't jealous of talented people if you go to school with them. Like if you would have went to school with Mariah or the Serena sisters, you're not mad and jealous. So, but they're trying to make it a thing where you don't want to. That's communist stuff. You're not supposed to stand out. If you can do good, do good. If you're getting good grades, get them. You're not supposed to stand. That's communism. That's all the people's. Everything. The people's movement, the people that's communism. And they're not really for you. They just want to control you. And they don't want people like us who actually have a talent or not just a talent, with their leadership ability. They're trying to nip it in the bud when they're kids, the future leaders, that they're going to get ostracized and not played with and not have no friends. They're trying to make it look like that so that people won't speak up against them. Like this is the whole point of America, so you won't speak up. You'll self-censor. You'll censor yourself. They won't even have to censor you. That's what is all brainwashing. And most of us, it's too many of us, too much experience, and it's not bragging, that we can recognize that immediately. Like I said, it goes all the way back to kindergarten. You're not jealous or hating. We all love competing. At least little boys. I don't know about little girls, but I'm talking about a person from my own experience. But if somebody beat you, riding what was our favorite thing as a little kid back in the 70s, running a foot race from one light pole to the next. That's this and that. No, you lose, you don't cry, you do it again. And like I said, more than likely, we find, I'm tired of this shit. You find something else to do. Let's go do something else. We find something else to get into. It's like, ain't no hate. In high school, you got the guys who, basketball team, football, whatever. Nobody hating, we only going to the game, Yeah, you support your team, school spirit, but really, the girls that's there, and really the prize, I don't know about white boys or any other boys, the prize is you won the girl from the other team, to go to a different school. That was the thing, that was the mystique. You got plenty of girls in your school, but the point is, you're not jealous of the guys on the field or on the basketball court, When you was younger, ninth grader, you look up to the older guys on the basketball team or football. A lot of times, that's another thing. They give you advice. A lot of the advice I know that let me know what y'all was doing was crap, bullshit. That might be advice I got from one of the older dudes when I was 14. Da-da-da-da. Don't do that. Don't let, da-da-da-da. So we were jealous and mad. I wouldn't have, remembered that piece of advice all these decades later. So, but the thing is, so this girl now, she's making these podcasts, and it's coming out, right now the conspiracy that nobody listened to it, and that the numbers are fake, and they faking the numbers, and really everybody's really, nobody listened to, but the ones who had to listen to it are the reviewers, the reporters. They had to listen to it.
Give us diva moments sometimes, Megan.
What kind of diva moments do I give you?
Don't act like you. It's also the visual. It's the visual. A lot of it's the visual. Because
See, that's the thing. I associate it differently.
Well, I know, but let's pretend that you weren't so beautiful and didn't have the whole thing and didn't often have gorgeous ensembles. You wouldn't get as much diva stuff. I don't care. I'm like.
Now, Liz, let's pretend that you and I aren't so beautiful. How would we?
Now, see, maybe this old, he might not understand because he's older and he's an Australian. You know, I mean, this channel is Australian, and like we said, that's another thing. It's sad we get more real news from this channel because, like we said, though, this is a global thing. This is all over the world. Remember the lockdowns was all over the world. This is a global thing. And they had it real bad in Australia. They was actually fighting, you know, getting beat up by the cops for not wearing masks and all that. They really had, you know, I still don't know how they're allowed to even keep making these news reports. But I don't know. The whole thing, some people, the whole thing is fake. It don't, but I know from experience. But my point is, he's acting like Mariah Carey is like some kind of snob. That's like, even if she was, she got a reason to be. Literal reason. It's not even like other pop female singers who, you know Mariah Carey don't have to have studio tricks to help her voice. Nothing like that, you know. So it's like that, and yeah, she got the looks. So yeah, she had both. But the Meghan Markle. The Meghan Markle ain't got nothing but the looks. And supposedly she tried to be an actress. And that's when the Harry guy married her. And it's like, Prince Harry, and you gave up. And it's like, that's another thing. It's not jealousy. It might, see, the Democrats, they don't understand what I'm about to say. This is not we're jealous. This dude literally could have had any chick in the whole world. Literally. Fairy tale princess. And he choose her. And it's like, yeah, you more, cause for some reason, even though we're not celebrity, we don't care about celebrity guys, you kind of feel like, what happened, dude? You could have went anywhere, any continent. He could have went to any continent. Ain't too many guys like that. A few, you know. A few American celebrities, because there's other celebrities in other countries, but the rest of the world don't know them. You know, mostly only American celebrities are known. You know, Will Smith all over the globe, Tom Cruise. But other than that, and then you dish your own family. It's not even about he gave up his princehood. Who cares about that? Well, the rest of it. But you dish your family. Now, if your family really is doing your girl bad, and everybody know that, even women know that. Women, if you might have to dish your family for your man, but that's if he's really, they just don't like him. He's doing everything, or women, or guys, if she's doing everything and this and that, and your family, and this happens, they just don't like her. Then you diss them, but I just don't think they really was dissing that girl at all. I just don't see it. And why she ain't got no evidence? It's 2020. You know, whenever they got married, she ain't think if they doing all that, why wouldn't she record some of it? You know, nothing. She didn't record none of that. All this calling her kids the N-word and all this, and she didn't record none of it. It's like, come on. But it might be, and it's with some of these people, it's starting to look like, even that guy on Sky News, some of them, he's just like the other guy. Like, they've been kind of compromised when because like I said, that's all, on my other video I got to do, the last one, well, hopefully the last one, it was Thomas Sowell. he made a video about how they're changing the left, the liberals, the Democrats are changing the English language, and it's for a reason. And that, to me, that reminds me, that's exactly what this is a perfect example. Like if he was still teaching, I don't think he teaches no more. He's, you know, he's like 89 or something like that. But this is like a perfect example of them changing words, because by the 90s they changed diva to mean something bad. Not a woman who's at the top of her field and it's not even, oh, she's a bitch and she had to be a bitch to get things done. No, that's, first of all, that's a businesswoman, not an entertainer. That's a diva, entertainer. She's an entertainer, and she's at the top, not just because of looks. You know, she actually can sing. Blow the roof off with her voice. She can hit the high notes or whatever. She can sing a cappella, all that, you know, whatever. But the point is, and so, yeah, but the point, either way, you know, Mariah Carey, you know, I guess, you know, she wasn't having it. Like, nah, you know, don't give me that shit. That's basically what she said. She didn't say it like that, but that's what she's saying. Like, no, nigga, don't stop playing. Who you playing with? You know, say that shit for them, you know, them other motherfuckers, Willie Fubu, Willie. You know, like, who you think you talking to? Exactly. That's what she said. She bust out. But even the stuffy people, they can tell Mariah wasn't having it. Like, nah, nigga, no.